Okay, so after you've done the error bars manually, I'm going to show you how to how to put the error bars in on Google Sheets. And the only thing is you have to do this kind of annoying step of basically plotting every one of your averages as a separate column. And so just the way to do this really quickly is you can just do an equals. You can say, okay, that's the first point. This is the second point. This is the third point. This is the fourth point. This is the fifth. And this is the sixth. So now I have each one of these averages, right, that here I could just plot all together, but I'm going to put them in as a separate series. So when I insert the charts, again, notice that it's kind of weird at first, but what I'm going to do here is I want my x-axis to be enzyme concentration. I don't want it there. And then I actually want a scatter plot like before. And now every one of these columns is plotted as a separate series. So what this will allow us to do is actually give every single, so I'm going to go to series here and customize. I can go through and make these all the same color if I want, but I'm actually going to keep them the same color just to do the error bars. And so I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to this first point, which is the 0 enzyme concentration. It's plotted at 0.06. And actually, because I'm going to make these have the same grid lines as the other ones just so that we can compare. So I'm going to go into this data point, and here's where I'm going to say I want to put on error bars, but I actually don't want to put them in as a percent. I actually don't want to put them in as a standard deviation. I'm going to put in the error bar as the value of the standard deviation. And so I'm just going to type in 0.04 to show that this should be the error bar for this point. And so you can see that the average is at 0.06, and then this goes 0.04 above and 0.04 below. So it's a little annoying because you have to actually go and do this for each one. But you're going to say, I'm going to put in the error bar for that second point. It's also 0.04. And I'm doing this quickly, but you can obviously, stop, pause, put in your error bars, go back and check. But the idea is that you're just doing this for every single, so you can kind of watch me go down. This is my third data point. I'm going to put in 0.05 as the value. Feel free to stop this whenever you want, but you can kind of see. I'm going to go to the fourth point. It's at 0.38. The error bar here is 0.17. So this is kind of what this will look like. And again, this is a little annoying, but it shouldn't take you that long. And it's probably faster than going to the printer. And notice that my error bars are getting larger for these, but this one's not quite as big. So hopefully, and I did this kind of quickly, so I'm hoping that I did this correctly, but I can also check, and I can check this against the hand version. And so notice here that if we're talking about overlap, these last three are overlapping. If I ran a couple more trials, which wouldn't be that hard for me to do, I could probably get these error bars to be smaller because more of my data points would be probably centralized around the average. But we can definitely see here that, even with 5 repeated trials, I can see that the rate is increasing for these smaller concentrations. And then, for example, like this yellow and orange, right? Those are pretty likely significantly different. And then, going from yellow to green, like I can see that the rate increases pretty linearly with enzyme concentration, except there's more variation at these higher concentrations of enzyme because the reaction was happening so quickly. But so hopefully, this will help you guys put in error bars.